realized I had bad teeth, and I knew that. And always used to talk to my wife, Trish, about it, back me up all the time. You know, you should have something done and everything else. And I was always conscious of it. You know, when we would go out with friends for dinner, I officiate sports, you know, so I'm in the public's eye, just with my family. I'd be afraid to smile or afraid to show my teeth. And the one day that really hit me was with my grandson, Hunter. I was playing with him at the house one day, and he just happened to look up and said, "Hey, Pop, look, you have no teeth." And that's when it really hit me. And I said to myself, wow, if my 3-year-old grandson notices, then everybody else notices. And that's what made me actually decide to do it. I talked to my wife that night, and she was all in. She said, yeah, you know, go ahead and do it.
I had the pleasure of meeting Mark. He came in, he had a couple of infections, a couple of broken down teeth, some old crowns that clearly also were in pretty bad shape as well. We discussed all the different options. Was there a couple of teeth left to save? Did it make sense to save those teeth? And if we were going for how to provide for Mark the best long-term solution, we would have to do something a little bit more advanced.
I guess, you know, you can only put on so many crowns and so many caps and everything else. Dr. Katz, I guess, woke me up and said, hey, you know, there's only so much you can do with what you have left.
We discussed what options were then available, and we ended up settling on the hybrid option for the top of his mouth. We did all the workup beforehand, 3D imaging, to be able to evaluate the bone, to be able to evaluate the relationship, how we wanted his teeth to come out, how we wanted his smile to look, what it looked like before, and what we can do to improve things afterwards.
Tell you, it was such a great experience for me. It really was. I felt comfortable the whole time, right from Dr. Katz all the way down to his staff at the front desk. When I came back out to the front desk, and the girl up there, you know, it's nice, they know you by your first name. She said, hey, Mark, how you feeling? How'd it go? I said, wow, it went great. You know, and then she just looked at me and said, well, let me see, you know, and it was nice. That was the first day, you know, where I could turn around and say, wow, I can smile again, you know, so it was a good feeling, very good feeling.
We delivered his hybrid denture. It's really a fulfilling moment for him, but it's also fulfilling for us to see also, because, you know, to see the changes and to be able to see the person be able to be excited as well really is an amazing thing to be a part of.
Dr. Katz did an amazing job. My experience now with eating is definitely different. The way I chew, certain foods that I can eat. You know, I was missing teeth in certain places, so I couldn't chew on that side, or if it was something hard, I had to chew on this side, and it felt like it took me a long time to, like, break my food down, you know, before I would swallow or something like that. So, you know, that was really troublesome for me. But now that, you know, I have a full upper, it just makes life a lot more easier for me. For me, it's emotional. You know, your grandkids always get you right here. He didn't say nothing, but I could tell he noticed. I would tell Hunter that I love him to death because you were the guy that pushed me over the hill. You were the guy that said, you know what, hey, Pop, get it done. And I love the kid.